Hey, what's up, guys? Riff here. So over the past couple of days, I've shared a lot of examples of people virtue signaling, pandering, trying to support the current thing, whatever label you want to give it. We've seen some examples, especially in the VTubing scene and related scenes. But today we're going to be looking at a scenario where virtue signaling has come with some massive backfire to levels I don't think I've really ever seen. So who are we talking about today? Well, we're talking about Billie Eilish, who, for those who don't know, is a young singer, and despite her age being in her early 20s, she is worth over $50 million. Now, that sort of currency is obviously very important for this person who hates capitalism, or at least says they do. But there's only one thing that's more valuable than money to her, and that is brownie points. She loves to virtue signal at any given opportunity, and this time it's led to hilarious results, where thanks to her recent comments at the Grammys about stolen land, the Tongva tribe is now demanding she hands over her mansion, her property, over to them because it was built on ancestral land. And applying her own logic back at her, yeah, that's like the logical conclusion of what she's been virtue signaling about. This is a massive backfire. Now, what's the context behind all this stuff? So, this happened at the Grammys for 2026. If you're not familiar with the Grammys, good for you, because honestly, who watches this stuff? In fact, I would say there's no point to this in terms of like ratings. I don't think they care if anyone outside of the room is watching. It's just another award show for a bunch of out of touch, obscenely rich celebrities in California to gather together and have a circle jerk where they pat each other on the back and act like they're the greatest human beings that have ever existed. It's all a bunch of ego flexing. It's one of the most ridiculous places. I mean, just look at some of the photos coming out of this year. Like, as the critical drinker points out here, all of these people look like villains from the Hunger Games. I mean, if you captured this room full of celebrities at the Grammys and compared it to a random room full of prisoners, you'd probably find worse morals with the people at the Grammys, okay? These are some of the most insidious people you'll ever see. Now, of course, Billie Eilish was preparing a statement for the award show. Now, this is a new trend, okay? The last bunch of years, you don't go up there and just say thank you for the award you just received. No, you go up there with a prepared statement. And by prepared statement, I mean a whole lot of virtue signaling. I mean, that is literally the whole show. These people are telling you what's good, what's not good, what's moral, what's not moral. It's ridiculous. And Billie Eilish was no exception. She had a prepared statement that, as we've seen already, has backfired. Also, let me talk about the drip for a second, okay? This is like so bad. It makes Hassan Piker look like he has some fashion sense. Okay, this is crazy. She looks like she's in Braveheart or something, and the comments were roasting her. The statement is that her grandfather surrendered at Yorktown. Statement of being a regarded celebrity who looks like she hasn't showered and smells like cat piss. That statement is she just graduated from Hogwarts. And here's this clip down here.
Thank you, everyone. A special thank you and invitation to all my illegal alien fansing. Fuck ICE! You can stay with me in my gated mansion.
They'll take you up on the offer, Billy. This person says not only is she stoned AF, she looks like she dressed in the dark at Goodwill. Nobody cares. Statement, I'm a weirdo. You guys get the point. Now, like I said earlier, she has a history of virtue signaling, but unfortunately for her, it always backfires. And one of the things she really hammers at is that she hates capitalism. She hates the ultra rich. She's kind of doing a Pokemon, right? She doesn't hate the rich in her bracket, but she hates the ultra giga rich, the billionaires out there. And that's, of course, despite the fact she has a net worth of $53 million. At the age of, I believe, 23 years old, she bought her first $2.5 million mansion when she was just 17 years old. But of course, as stated here, I think this is a good summation. Billie hates artists who release multiple versions of their albums until she released 75 of them. She hates winning awards until she starts losing them. She hates capitalism until she participates in it. She hates billionaires until her net worth reaches there. Yeah, she made a pretty bold statement last year where she said to billionaires, give away your money. Of course. until she becomes a billionaire. And there's a good chance she might. I mean, she's this young with a net worth that she has already. Like, I don't think it's a far and away possibility. But now let's get to the Grammys of 2026, where everything just fell apart, ladies and gentlemen. You can see the preview of this clip we're about to watch. She says, "No one is illegal on stolen land," and then she drops in for good measure, F ICE.
No one is illegal on stolen land. Like, we just need to keep fighting and speaking up and protesting, and our voices really do matter, and the people matter, and
Wait. Are we sure Billie Eilish hasn't considered a career in VTubing? Because this level of virtue signaling and supporting the current thing would do really well in certain pockets of that scene. But anyways, you can see people are very critical of this, and you're probably not too surprised as to why. It's a lot of hypocrisy. You can see this tweet here saying you cannot simultaneously believe that 1, all borders are fake and should not be policed, and 2, that land can be stolen. This is one of the most brain-dead beliefs a person can hold. And on top of that, people are pointing out that Billie Eilish has 3 separate walls around her mansion and 24/7 armed security. She thinks her personal home should be more secure than the country. I mean, don't try to exercise any logic with these people. It's easy to say all these things while you're sitting in a mansion with tiers of walls protecting it, but borders should be wide open, according to Billie Eilish. And of course, she says no one is illegal on stolen land until that land is yours. Yeah, she has issued restraining orders against people who have tried to get onto her property. But I thought no one could be illegal on stolen land. What does this mean? Billie, is this more hypocrisy? I cannot believe this. But on top of that, the stands are out. People are also suggesting she should take illegals into her home because that would fit her sort of her agenda. But you can see some of her fans, her stan accounts here, they're not too happy about these sorts of jokes that are being made, saying Billie should be allowed to pew at least 5 people a day. I'm so serious. So when it comes to these restraining orders, I think the most likely person to end up with one are stan accounts like this. These people are absolutely deranged. Their obsession with these celebrities is to a very unhealthy degree. So yeah, but let's move on to some other people starting a GoFundMe, which I believe was taken down eventually, but they say, "I'm flying to the US next Friday to attempt to move into Billie Eilish's beachside Malibu mansion. No human being is illegal on stolen land. Support their travel and filming costs there." Like I said, it got taken down, but it was a good effort, that's for sure. At the end of the day, with all this stuff, the way this just backfires horribly, this virtue signaling at the Grammys and other places like that, other award shows, the Ricky Gervais quote will live on eternally. I remember watching this and knowing this will apply to every award show forever. And the people who were sitting there giggling at it in the crowd, he was literally talking about them and they didn't even realize it.
If you do win an award tonight, don't use it as a platform to make a political speech, right? You're in no position to lecture the public about anything. You know nothing about the real world. Most of you spent less time in school than Greta Thunberg. So, if you win, right, come up, accept your little award, thank your agent and your God, and f*** off, okay? So, it's already 3 hours long.
Absolute banger, right to their face. They don't even realize. They're so smug and they have no self-awareness to the point where they don't even realize he's talking about them. Legendary quote. But here's the funny conclusion to today's video. The Tongva tribe is now demanding that Billie Eilish signs over her $14 million mansion, saying if it's stolen land, hand over the keys. And that is the official stance of this tribe, who is now trying to get Billie Eilish to hand over the keys and give back the stolen land.
According to a local tribe out in California, she built her mansion on property that belongs to Native Americans. We talked to the Tongva tribe out in Southern Cal who says she's living on their property, saying this in part as the first people of the greater Los Angeles basin. We do understand that her home is situated on our ancestral land. Eilish hasn't contacted her tribe directly regarding her property.
All I can say is I support the Tongva tribe on this situation. I hope to get their land back from Billie Eilish. Hey, you know what? Like, if you don't like the results here, the people pushing this idea onto you, Billie, maybe you shouldn't be virtue signaling to the point where you're setting yourself up for absolute destruction by your own standards. It's so pathetic that anyone takes these people seriously. They're hypocrites. They're virtue signalers. They just like pats on the back. They just like to pander. They like to spread their agenda, even if they have to sacrifice nothing themselves. And when their logic is applied back to them, they don't really like the results anymore, do they? Billie Eilish, massive hypocrite, but that's what I want to talk about today. So that's going to do it for today's video. As always, feel free to share your thoughts about today's topics in the comment section down below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you next time.